Hi, I'm just going to read you some facts about the world of insects. A huge majority of creepy crawlies are insects. In fact, there are more types of insects in the world than any other animal. They are absolutely everywhere. Some are almost too small to see, and others are surprisingly large. Nature's recycling service. Although many people dislike insects, and they can be pests, they're also essential to our world. In fact, we could not live without them. For instance, these dung beetles do a very good job of cleaning up dung. Well, what is an insect? You can tell if a creepy crawly is an insect because insects always have 6 legs. They also have 3 body parts: a head, thorax, and abdomen. Remember, insects have 3 plus 3, 3 pairs of legs and 3 body parts. Most insects have 2 pairs of wings. And this is a beetle. Useful insects. Here are some other ways that insects are useful to us. Red food dye. This dye coloring is made from the bodies of scale insects. Silk. Believe it or not, the silk you wear is made by silk moth caterpillars. Honey. If there were no bees in the world, we would have no honey. Food. For some people, such as the Australian Aboriginals, grubs are a meal. As old as an insect. We know that insects were around 40 million years ago because some were trapped in a tree resin called amber, which hardened and preserved them. There's a ladybug. Pest control. Sometimes insects such as aphids, those are tiny little aphids right there, eat huge amounts of our crops. The best way to get rid of them is to introduce other insects that like to eat them. Ladybugs are often used for aphid control. Egg to adult. The one thing insects are very, very good at is making more insects. They all start off as eggs, then grow up in lots of strange and different ways. Metamorphosis. Can you say that word? Metamorphosis. When they are born, many insects look nothing like their parents. They have to go through 3 stages: egg, larva, and pupa, before they become adults. This process is called metamorphosis. This is a dragonfly. Dragonflies have to shed their outer skin in order to grow. Every insect in the world lays eggs. Stages 1 and 2, egg and larva. The butterfly lays her eggs, and they hatch into larvae. The larva of a butterfly is called a caterpillar. It eats and eats its way through the leaves until it gets fat. Small changes. Some insects are born looking only a little different from their parents. With dragonflies, the main difference is that their bodies live completely underwater. As they grow, they develop lungs so they can breathe air and wings so that they can fly. Here you can see the caterpillar going through its stages, right? The caterpillar has to find a safe place to make its pupa. That's stage 3. When the caterpillar is big enough, it sheds its skin. That's called molting. It fastens itself to a plant stem and creates a pupa, a hard shell around itself. This is also called a chrysalis. A pupa can remain like this for weeks or even months. When it's ready, the butterfly pumps fluid around its body to help split the shell. The butterfly stretches out its crumpled wings. The butterfly must wait for its wings to flatten out and dry before it can fly away. Ladybugs. Like butterflies, ladybugs go through metamorphosis. They start as eggs. The female lays a group of eggs on a leaf, and then their larvae. The eggs hatch out into larvae called nymphs. And then they're a pupa. A month after hatching, each larva builds itself a pupa. Then they're young ladybugs. A week later, a yellow adult emerges. An adult. After a while, the yellow color turns to red with black spots. Parental care. Most insects abandon their eggs after they have laid them. These shield bugs take care of their babies very protectively, but this is rare. All right, I'll read you some more on another day. Thanks.